What we're about to do is drive through some of the most remote and magnificent Kimberley country you could ever imagine. We're about 20 kilometres inland from Wyndham on the Karunjie track at the prison boab tree, and by this afternoon we'll end up at Home Valley Station. Now, whilst we've been prepped to get ready for a pretty rough ride, today we're lucky enough to be doing it with someone who knows all about this part of the world. So, let the adventure begin. One for the keen four-wheel drivers, the 86-kilometre Karunjie track can be completed comfortably in about 5 hours depending on the season and provides some spectacular views of the Coburn Ranges.
The Karunjie track, it used to be an old stock ride for the cattle station down in the West Kimberley, and also at Karunjie, they used to drive their cattle from there into Wyndham, and they used to use that track.
You can take the track nice and easy and spend a few days from start to finish, as there's some great fishing and camping spots along the way. So we've been driving along the Karunjie track for a few hours now and finally come across the Pentecost River, which extends for about 300 kilometres behind me, and then that way you'll come to the Gulf where the 5 rivers meet. So across this crossing we get to Home Valley Station. We're almost there. Let's give it a crack. With the Karunjie track done and dusted, we rested up last night at Home Valley Station with a sensational feed. Now it's time for the Carson River track, where we get into some really serious four-wheel driving. The Carson River track basically follows the Kimberley coast between Karunjie and Wyndham, joining the Gibb River Road at Home Valley Station. This 400-kilometre trek will take you across many ranges and boulder-strewn passes and across rivers such as the Durack, Drysdale, Berkeley, King George and the Forest. So as you can see, it's a bit of a rough ride coming up the Carson River track. You've got plenty of sharp rocks that can do a fair bit of damage to your tyres, and there's some tough obstacles that you need to get around as well. So just take it easy and try and enjoy the ride. For many years, this track has been inaccessible. But 2015 will see it opened up to tag-along tours in partnership with traditional owners and Kimberley Outback Tours. This track is the last frontier of four-wheel driving in Australia, where locals measure distances in days, with no supplies available between Karunjie and Home Valley. This trek is more than just four-wheel driving, with great fishing, wonderful scenery, and access to the remote Kimberley coast. This track is not for the faint-hearted, but with the support of experienced bushmen, the Carson River track will soon be appearing on the bucket list of those with a reliable four-wheel drive, a sense of adventure, and the desire to go where few others have been. The Carson River track. Now, while we've only covered around 20 kilometres of a possible 400, what an adventure. Be prepared to brace yourself for a bit of a rough ride, but let me tell you, this is a ride that you will never forget. You'll be able to join Ronald and Colin from May this year, and make sure you do, because this type of guided tour, it doesn't come around very often.